Okay,
Land a little bit late, but that should be all right.
so, Demi, what do?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Epic something. I wasn't really joking on the whole party thing. Do you want to help? Do you want to let after you're done with that shit, help me with an actual party in the Park Elysium?
No, I have business to do. Sorry.
If you're throwing parties, it's not one party. This is like 3 or 4 months of effort, Demi. So that means you have regular parties. Throwing a random party isn't a problem with these timescales.
Okay. Let me see then. Because I had something planned, and I hope Epic would probably.
Generally, if you wanted to call a clan meeting, you would have enough status to call one. It would be expected for it to be out in the wilderness outside the city, and you could try and organize one.
Oh yeah, some people here. Should I roll a die or something to see how long ago was like since I was the last meeting, or since there was a big meeting nearby?
Well, Archie was the one to call the banners, so at least there was one at least 2 years ago, at the longest.
Yeah, and after a good success in Houston and whatnot, and the Gangrel's doing pretty good. I feel like I would be able to make fucking whatchamacallit, yeah, organize a meeting. But before that, I would like to do some more private things before and sort of prepare for the meeting, so I have some things ready, such as more composing and preparing sort of stories to say, actually do my
That
thingy-majiggy.
would be part of organizing and preparing for the party.
Okay, then I'm gonna organize the Gangrel meeting.
Okay. This is gonna be, I think, affected. Oh, you have a fuck ton of Gangrel lore as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, status, clan status, and your Gangrel lore halved. And we're gonna call it the charisma expression to convince people to come. So, -9. This is not necessarily people who speak to you directly, because it's one Gangrel tells another, tells another, tells another. It's word of mouth.
Yeah.
So, enchanting voice won't help here.
Okay, so that would be -9. That would be difficulty
6.
6.
6, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Spending a willpower, so 10 at 6.
Right.
Oh, goddamn success! Goddamn ones. So yeah, that's 3 successes.
Okay. You know, it's not a huge meeting, but yeah, there's a moderate meet. It's like 2 Sabbat Gangrel show up, you chat. They tell you that the Zimitzi aren't so bad, and how do you tolerate these fucking humanity, slinging wussas, and what's up with that? It's a nice time. Tell each other stories. They tell you about how they chased a kid through the streets after dragging him up. It's like a piñata thing, except you bite into the juice bag when you catch it.
Fun people.
You're trying to make me roll frenzy, aren't you?
Listen, different gangrel from different cultures are gonna have different stories. Your clan doesn't necessarily obey sect lines in these meets.
I mean, I've been to them, and I've learned to respect them, at least in here.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is how he got his views on what is an animal and what is human.
Yeah. Now, do I want to do anything spicy while on this meeting?
Do you want to start an incident?
No, I'm just saying, like, I have some spicy things, like, Nada stuff.
Hello,
and
the demon, you know.
No. I mean, we've been talking stories, like...
Just make up your mind, Demi. We do need to try and finish the
Yes.
if possible, so...
I I'm just are there any? Is this mostly neonate or is it like what?
It's
Just I need to
generally
know that.
neonates. There's a couple of Ancilla, but it's generally Maxim is one of the older and more powerful gangrel here, as are you.
I'm feeling a little bit ambitious since it's been a while since I've been on a meeting. I'm going to tell a single old story, basically one noddist story from the
Yes,
past.
that
Just so
is
it's
all part of that
Yeah.
role. Yes,
okay.
it's
Let's go.
moderately
Then.
successful. People are moderately impressed. Yes, you are a
Okay.
recognized elder of your clan. They're very happy to have you. If only you would
Easy.
join the right side and stop being a Camarilla fuck.
Fuck you. Let's keep going on.
Okay, Bacon, you do need to see to your finances. Because...
Yep.
Yeah, apparently... Yeah, Andy was wrung out like a dish rag and then mind read repeatedly. So, you know.
Yeah. That's the point that would probably get in contact with Jimmy and Jackalbar. What was the name of Jackal's character again?
William.
Wait, okay, yeah. Talk with them and try to get everything that he can.
Okay. Sure. All you need to do is... Do you remember the difficulty for maintaining your finance? It was something low. Like a 4, I think? On charisma leadership?
I actually don't remember.
Just calculate it again real quick.
No, fuck it, just roll at a 4. It's close enough. You have a fuck ton of bonuses. There's no way it's higher than that. You have Dominate, you have Presence, you have Necessary 1. Actually, it might have been a 5. We'll call it a 5.
Sure, it's 5.
Dominate, Presence, and Metasaria.
There's go my last willpower. I will need to recharge later.
If you need to spend more in downtime, surely there won't be any... Okay.
Holy shit.
You did good.
Well, since you are moving it around, let's see, what are your specialties for this? Eloquent.
Eloquent and noble.
I'm not gonna allow you to go up on this, I think, because I'll give you the extra point as partial progress. But this was an emergency scramble to keep what you have when the assholes came a-calling. And I believe it's time for Demi to roll on the random table again, right?
Yeah. Give me the 21, baby.
22.
I wanted 22 Demi.
Oh, did we have 4 or did we not?
I don't
We
think
had 3.
we did.
We had 3.
Roll for severity.
Fucking 9.
Welp.
Oh, fuck. Roll luck die, everyone. And I'm gonna roll for the 3 clans that aren't represented. High is good, I would say, for this one.
Bacon, we're safe.
Same.
Okay.
Hey!
So,
Somebody rolled lower than me.
I'm not sure. This sounds more like it might affect us just on this order. I'm not sure.
oh
It's
no.
almost as high as it can get, so it might go through a couple clans. I have no idea though.
Okay. First of all, shit. Would he be able to get away? Let's roll a luck die. Let's roll unlikely luck. Okay.
Wow.
The werewolves demand an immediate audience with you. Epic.
I will, of course, give it. What's going on?
They would like to know why the fuck did a vampire bite one of them?
Oh.
I haven't heard anything about that so far. I'll look into it and see what's going the fuck on.
Oh no, they just tell you, stay the fuck away. We are cleansing the sewers. If you value the peace, stay the fuck away. Those sewers are getting cleansed.
Oh,
I think this is where we go to war again.
I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Nazis are going down.
Someone bit the wrong
then.
thing. That was hunting goes wrong.
Oof.
Shit, that 9.
Well, a
I took
9,
one.
son of a bitch. I mean, what the fuck would a 10 be? I don't know what else you do.
This is pretty much as high as it goes. Then would have been
well,
them.
I'll do what I can.
Then would have been them accidentally turning a lost werewolf cub. That would have been worse.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that would have been worse.
Oh.
Well then,
Way worse.
I'll do the only thing I can. I warned the local Nazis that they are about to be attacked by many, many furry things. They are threatening to go to war with vampire kind if we assist them particularly. I'll try and get them out of the city until things calm down, because then they could probably come back in a little bit.
Oh no, they just batten down the hatches. Albert at this point has been preparing for this for 2.5 years. He is ready. He has all the silver. The traps are made. He will end this threat. If they walk into the barrens, they are not coming back out.
So, well, the werewolves don't have anyone to blame, and they've just told us to avoid, doing anything about it. So, I just go and tell the prince, hey, it seems the Nazis ended up getting the werewolves up in a big fit. They're going down to go kill them. They've told us to avoid doing anything about it. I told the Nazis, and they decided, you know what, it's time to go. So, yeah.
I mean, this
They
is
are
why
actually
they
leaving
build
the city?
warrens. They're more vulnerable
it's
if they
time to-
leave them.
Do you,
It's
You
time
want
to
to
go, as in it's time to go to war.
Oh, yeah.
you
Oh,
want to
Yeah,
go to
the
war for
Nosferatus are going and just prepping for doomsday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
warrants.
I will
Should
call
war
the
or something?
council and decide the strategy to cleanse the remaining werewolves after they die out of sewers.
Yes.
God fucking damn it. If you want a war with the werewolves, that is best handled in proper sessions.
The problem is you haven't given us much of a choice here.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, well,
If your things would disrupt your own session, that's kind of your own fault.
it's not my
sadly.
fault if you roll like crap. There's meant to be danger there. But okay, you can certainly plan for war.
I mean, I don't think we need to do too much in a way, because if the Nazis do really well, and they've had time to prepare to do really well on their own turf,
yeah,
we might not even need to go to war.
As far as common sense goes, Bacon, you have been supplying a steady stream of money to the true Bruja craftswoman, and she has been supplying the Nosferatu because they're like, well, you promised, Prince, and the werewolves are right there. You're pretty sure at least half a ton of pure silver has gone into those sewers, at least. So, let's put it this way. It's a foolish wolf that goes down there.
Yeah,
No,
this isn't, in a way, this is definitely them proclaiming war, but in another way, this is them proclaiming, well, we're not actually at war, we're going on a suicide run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My-
generally
my-
speaking, I will figure out how this goes. But generally speaking, with the way this aligns, after this, my guess, werewolves massively weakened, and whatever peace you had with them probably gone. But it won't matter because they're gonna be essentially a husk of what they were.
Yeah, my
So
point
I
was
don't think we need to go to war at the moment. There's even a good chance of the Nazis, with me helping them out, hopefully, to them just even having most of their members survive. So they
Yeah.
might lose their fledglings, now that I think about it. But
my point was just so they don't spread the word and go reinforcements or anything. Just get rid of the remaining ones.
Before they go and get reinforcements, yeah.
You can,
uh,
if you want, you can assign some of the tougher fighters of the city to essentially cover the werewolves' escape routes and intercept them as they're going back and finish them off.
I could certainly help arrange that.
If you wish
Yeah.
to
Hey,
slaughter
man.
them.
Let's slaughter the werewolves.
Let's kill
It's-
him. It's
yeah.
high noon. It's high time.
Uh,
It's
I hate to say it as an advocate for peace, and I would really love, ex- exchange of culture and shit. Like, no, it would be really awesome. I'd love us to have people going across our borders and learning about each other, and forming a revolution with the werewolves and shit like that. Sadly, they kind of ended up going and trying to immediately go and kill an entire clan.
Listen,
for
they
a
are
single hunting.
lawful stupid fused with chaotic stupid. There is no helping that race of supernaturals, Epic.
I wish I could try. It's
I
time
mean-
to kill him.
You did try, you had peace for 2 years. That's like a record.
Yeah,
That is
a
not a
record.
lie, actually. We did have peace with werewolves for 2 years.
Quite the record, yeah.
So, yeah, I think the best thing to do is this is the best chance to get rid of those. As much as I don't like the idea, they've decided to go to war over a hunting incident. There's not much I can,
Oh, Jesus
bring
Christ.
into
This
defense.
dude at this point has spent. You know what? We're gonna say 2 rolls, 4 actions fused into it. Each of those. Let's see how much he can get on Dex Crafts. Potence would apply, and access to extra resources from the prince would give him additional -1. So -4 for those, and extra -6. So he would be rolling at 5.
Do well, damn it.
Wow.
Fuck!
He probably spent a willpower point, but it didn't help.
That's better.
That one did though.
I'm willing to bet he also spent a willpower point on that. So total of 8.
There probably would have been some willpower points spent.
Also, wards. Well, it's been 2 years and I've had. Charles on that.
Yes, you would. The Nosferatu wouldn't necessarily have led you down into their war and
Well, not
stuff.
me personally. Charles would have been the guy handling the ritual wards.
Oh my fucking god. A hatch closes behind them. It burns when they touch. There's only the way forward. Oh shit.
Yep.
The Nazis are playing Saw with them now. Fuck.
Well, yes, the trapped dude has the sadist nature. He has been waiting to get aware. Remember that in between arcs discussion of NPC goals? He has wanted this for the longest time, Demi.
I know.
His patience has been rewarded.
Yep.
So, not all of the werewolves would go in there. It would be 3 of the... You know what? I'm gonna take a quick look at what they have to defend themselves with. In terms of, yeah, rending the craft might let them go out. But I figure not all of them are getting out, and they are reckless, and
It's silver.
it is silver. I don't see armor versus silver on these fucks. I don't think they got any of that goodness.
Wiping
So
out the cairn.
let's see how they roll on any Dex Athletics. This is a slightly better one. I'm rolling for our own forms, of course, because I want to have a general idea how the ones going in would do.
That's better.
Total of 8, and he already had a head start during the actual play session, so called a total of 9. And there's wards hemming them in. So who do you wish? I'm gonna say that you can. It's only gonna take a couple days. You can arrange this without spending downtime action on this. Are you trying to kill them as they try to go back?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Demi, you, Maxim, Archie, the sheriff, the quote-unquote Ventru, who is actually a Sombra, are all happily waiting for the werewolves, and one of them is being carried by the other, who doesn't look much better. They're covered in wounds that refuse to heal, and you just see the despair in their eyes when they see you standing in their path.
Oh god.
As they
You have made a
stumble,
mistake.
as they stumble out of the storm drain, just should have taken the Umbra.
Rip him to shreds, boys.
Just the shreds.
Well, we killed the werewolves.
Roll
Easy
some of them.
peasy.
Almost by accident.
Demi, roll a luck die.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, the one werewolf who's actually dangerous, he goes for your face. Luckily, well, let's, for the sake of argument, try and figure out just how much he could do in an Alpha Strike. I'm assuming Fortitude and Flesh of Marble would be active for this, by the way.
Yeah.
You would probably be buffed to max as well. Well, you know,
It
for
would,
purposes.
it wouldn't matter. This is Ag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, aggravated.
The to hit.
Ow.
+4 strength. +1 from claws,
Damn.
so that's 15, but that goes down to 7. With, and rounded down, with Flesh of Marble.
Did you activate Fortitude? Does he get to activate
Yeah,
Fortitude?
it's activated.
It's activated. It just bounces
No.
off, and you just see pure shock on his face as you reach up and sink your claws through his throat and rip outwards.
Oh
Ooh.
god.
Papa bless.
Don't fight elder vampires.
Many
So,
doggos died this day.
so
I say we have a banquet.
there would be some left, but you would probably hear like 3 or 4 at most howls from the cairn, just screaming in grief.
So do we
You guys wish to go kill the Karen real quick?
Yeah, we have the group here. Let's go.
I will say that cairn killing, they would have spirit defenses. That would require a real assault.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you guys could do that on the real session then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this might, essentially that's the kind of shit that might get someone killed. This was easy enough, like there's no threat. That luck was to just see if we targeted someone that might get splatted. But okay,
That hit the tank.
so, Demi, what is
Yep.
your action after the werewolves happily eat it, apparently?
Just to remember, what turn is this now? Like 9?
10, I think.
10, okay. After we do that shit, I think it's my turn now to that after we did all that, that I try to be, I think I do something similar to what Epic would do, just make a lot of friends now. Just be more friendly towards other people, but trying to be more specialized towards maybe the other ones that don't like me as much. So yeah, just making friends.
Okay.
I don't have to specify that. Everyone likes me.
Enchanting
Yeah.
voice would help, and Gangrel lore and call live. Well, Gangrel lore at least. That's a lot of stories. I'll give you another -1 for that, but you're just looking at -3 unless you're using presents, which is a bad idea.
Seriously, just that much? Jesus fuck.
Because you're trying to essentially focus on the more pain in the dick clans. You have a lot of status, but you're also essentially trying to beat through a pretty powerful force field. So that is something that generally would take a longer while.
Yeah, then fuck that. I think I just strengthen even more bonds between my clan and probably the other ones that like me, such as, maybe possibly Malkavians.
Okay.
Would that be easier?
Slightly, I guess. Well, the Gangrel and the Malkavians are certainly willing to listen to you talk, and the Bruja would on occasion drift in as well.
Yeah.
Enchanting voice. Say -3 for the lores. So -5.
Yeah, that's 10.
That would be 10.
Yeah, it's still fucking high. Jesus Christ.
Building
Friends are
ties,
hard.
unless you are. Yeah, well, vampires are selfish cunts. If you have tangible benefits to offer, building relationships is actually easier.
Okay, so 10. Since I really don't have much anyways to do, at least I feel, I'm gonna spend an extra downtime action to lower it for another -2.
Okay, then that would be an 8. And,
Yeah.
Sure. Give me the roll now, and we'll just.
Yeah, charisma expression, right?
Charisma expression or charisma performance, whichever you prefer.
They're both 4 at 4, so it really doesn't matter. I guess it's only the specialty. Even then, I'm not going to be singing to their ass. So 10.
Poetry can apply.
Okay, then it'll be expression. So the difficulty we said was 8.
Yeah.
I will be spending a willpower.
All right.
Okay.
So that's
So
10
that would
and
be 4.
11 for you taken care of. That's 3 successes. Yes, you. Vivian is who everyone in the city talks to, but you're almost like a second harpy for this
You're
side of
under
the
me.
city.
I'm the primary harpy. You're under my subjugation. Good job.
Keep in mind, you do still need to deal with that Zimitzi and hopefully rebuild her.
That's my job, and that was going to be
that's
my next action.
Yes.
He's not in my peripheral anymore.
Oh. So, Epic. Action
So
10.
I figure she has probably gotten XP at this point, spent it up on getting willpower, shit like that. It's probably time to actually help build her up. But the best I can.
You know what? I figured I might give a couple of bonus points to people that did really active shit, but generally I was gonna go for 5 for this. I think enough time has passed for her to have gained the 4 she needed to go to 5 willpower. So, sure.
And yep, it's time to build her up on humanity. I figure it's still gonna take a a year of instruction, but she can actually do it.
Oh no,
So it
this
should
counts
just
as
be-
having contemplated it. This was the instruction, this horrible ordeal.
Sweet. Okay. Then, yeah, I'm just going to see about concentrating on her for a while now. She's been in a place that isn't trying to horribly destroy her.
First of all, you kind of need to lead her to switching over, and then you can, possibly with overflow, possibly with separate action, try to rebuild her virtues to
Yep,
something
exactly.
reasonable.
All right. Well, you know what I'm doing. What do you want to roll for it?
Okay. Well, generally they need to make some sort of a grand gesture. So, what kind of grand gesture would fit for this kind of Zimitzi from switching from a path of night to, well, this?
Well, a grand gesture, switching from Path of Night to Humanity. I think the easiest kind of thing to do would be to give something up for a human, but she doesn't have much to give up.
Oh my.
She could do volunteer work, just giving soap to the homeless, taking care of them.
No, I actually think I know how to do this. She needs to make a ghoul and be nice to them.
Oh
She
my.
needs to give up some of her own vampiric power to help somebody else.
Okay, so you find some. Okay.
Would that not make sense? I think that makes sense for Path of Night.
Yes, enchanting voice and sanctity would apply. I'm. Let's see. Aspects. I. This would be a charisma empathy roll. It would be difficulty 9. You need 1 success to get her to try to switch. If you get more than that, I might lower the difficulty. That's how we're gonna play it.
Okay, last point of willpower. Dink. Save it for the important things.
Mother of God.
Yes!
So, you know, you lead her to a human that's been in a car crash. The ambulance hasn't arrived yet. You make sure they don't somehow. Malk distracts them. She just starts first just pressing on the person like, you know, a cat comforting a dying cat. Just trying to figure out what to do. Damn it. If the character's humanity is 2, difficulty is 7, and you got a lot, we'll make it a 5. Oh, she fails!
She spent a willpower point, right? Come on.
She doesn't have willpower. She is a wreck, even with you building her up. Her life is hell.
Wait. One moment. One thing. Do my specialties apply?
I applied them.
If you did apply them, that should be the wrong difficulty, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to give it a huge debuff. It's low enough as is. That being said, this does not fuck her. She can try again. She still has 1 dot on the path of night.
But that was what 7 successes. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yes, you
On a
can
fucking
make the
9,
final step easier for her, but she has to take it. Switching a path is a big deal.
Okay.
You are trying to reform a Zimitzi that spent 5 years ripping people apart and being a terror in the night. Well, at this point, actually, it's more like 7 years. So, just
time in the camera counted.
yeah, it pretty much did at least some of it. I don't want to cheapen this. This is a huge deal for this NPC, and it should be hard. She's been through hell. All the odds are against her, as it should be.
Of course, just 1, 2, 2, 3, 9. Ugh.
Her base difficulty is gonna be lower for the next one.
Okay, all right. I don't mind then.
Yeah, it's
How
not the
horrible
same difficulty. It goes lower the lower you are on what you're switching away from.
Hopefully, it'll be easier, somewhat, to even convince her, or else I'll need to get willpower back.
I'm gonna say, with as much as you got there, yeah, she's willing to try again. That isn't gonna require a success. So as long as you don't botch the next roll,
All right. In that case, I still will need to spend a. I think we might have 2 downtime actions left. That should be just
you
enough for
have
this.
to. Jackalor and Bacon have 3. Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Jackalor,
Yep.
what do?
Power level the fledglings.
Okay, you gave them basic training and you want to try and give them. Okay. What are you training them in?
Well, I want to train the Auspex guy on the Auspex and the one I wanted to be good at thaumaturgy and thaumaturgy.
Okay. I would say that these would be separate actions. Because you're
Okay,
teaching
that's
2
fine.
different things.
Yeah, that's fine then.
And
I had one action to spare anyway.
at the most, you will be able to train them up to 1 less than your current level.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay? So, which are you training first?
Which one would be easier, you think?
I don't know. Thaumaturgy has higher cap for you.
Probably the thaumaturgy then.
Okay, then give me an intelligence expression thing.
Okay.
How do we want
Just
to do this? Let's see. I think the base should be slightly lower for this because that makes some sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna say that the base is, say, 10. Having
Mm-hmm.
Auspex 4, I'm gonna say it reduces by 2. And having significantly higher level, or whatever you're training, well, and you also have the library and the occult knowledge. So for this, we're gonna call it a difficulty 6 for you. How about that?
Intelligence expression. Does creative apply? The creative ways to teach him stuff.
Generally, on the lower levels, thaumaturgy is very formulaic, so no, not for this.
Okay.
Maybe with aspects, but not for.
Holy shit.
Okay. Write down the 6 successes. I'll figure out what to give you for those later, but pretty sure that's at least thaumaturgy 2. Probably 3. Freud, he didn't have you from freebies, which honestly, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
He's gonna get some skills from that. Okay, Bacon.
I'm thinking on just improving the standing of the ventral in the city.
Okay, how do you go about that?
the stuff that Gretchen was talking about, finally establishing that they have the control of the financial part and helping her to establish everything that she needs.
Okay. Common sense tells you that makes it look. That just draws attention to how you screw them over at this point. It might be better to just reward them directly rather than making a pronouncement, because that implies that they didn't have permission to be in there or exclusive domain over those places before this.
Yeah, so I just will help her establish. I won't say anything. I mean, if anyone asked, they always had it.
I think at this point she would have established it herself. Honestly. If you want to regain or regain a standing in the eyes of your fellow Ventru, you could try and do that, but honestly, the others feel pretty decent about you. Gretchen? You do not have a lot of dignitas with her.
Hmm. Yeah, my point was actually just try to improve the general opinion, but it's just her, and I'm not sure.
Well, if it was just up to the Ventru, as in the individual Ventru, they'd be perfectly happy with you. And Gretchen had actually, yeah, you did get a lot of successes on getting her to recognize the political realities.
Yep.
So she wouldn't be particularly salty. She would have succeeded despite the fucking, and she would expect, if anything, to be rewarded for the job she's done in a hard situation, rather than expecting you to fix her problems for her, because she would have at this point made headway into them.
Hmm. Yeah, so that's the situation that I should think on something to reward her.
You could give Ventru another piece of territory, or another embrace permission.
I just gave one to the Ventru, right?
You gave one to the Ventru at this point like 3 years ago. It's not just.
Yeah. Yeah, I will give another to her.
Okay. To her personally or to her as Primogen?
To her personally.
Okay. That's. She would appreciate the bribe. But that's not something that would take 4 months to do.
So 4 months. So I put it to take the rest of the months resting.
Okay, you can certainly reset. So, who are we on for random events? I think it's Epic's turn.
Oh, I think it
No,
is.
it's not. It's that isn't, or did Demi just roll?
Demi did just draw.
No, I missed.
Yeah, then it's epic.
I think it was Demi. We still have 2 sets of actions to go through. Christ.
That was me.
So how does this system of approaching downtime feel to you guys?
It was pretty
Pretty
good,
good,
actually.
Yeah.
I feel like we could go a little bit faster, but
I think
that mostly just has to do
we
with
are
some.
speeding up. It's so close.
Come on, give me the 22.
2 more chances.
I'll suck dick for it.
Oh.
Max severity.
I think this one might be a good one, actually, for finally.
I don't know. We haven't seen a good
Everyone,
one, so.
luck dice. Highest wins.
Epic.
Oh,
Good job.
yeah.
Oh, crap, Jack. Fuck you.
Give me a charisma empathy roll at 6.
Just a 3, baby.
Gaining trust.
Probably.
He wouldn't leave everything to you. But you can add 4 dots of resources as you comfort a dying old man.
Wait, what?
That was the financial opportunity, Demi. It was a good event.
Aw.
I just imagine this old pedophile that found this little girl and giving everything to her.
Not everything, but enough to make sure she never needs to be on the street again in such a tattered dress. What a sweet child.
Oh God. Well, okay, that was sudden.
You're rich, bitch.
Well, my backgrounds look pretty good, I have to say.
I wanted that money.
Is it horrible that I actually thought of that as how I would ever justify getting resources? Wow, okay.
I mean, it's horrible how the inheritance should go to the state.
Yes, I agree.
I want money.
So, you spent an action to lower difficulty, right, Demi?
Yeah, I'm just getting skipped.
Okay. Epic. You find yourself suddenly with quite a bit of money.
I don't know what to do with this. I've never had money. Not from when I was mortal. Shit.
Give to the prince, he can invest for you.
Well, I suppose I'll get decent dresses and shit, and if my guys need a car or something, I can help out. Shrug shoulders.
You get assigned a lawyer who is supposed to manage your assets until you come of age.
I think the easiest way to handle that is to just dominate him to never question why I never come of age. Yeah, that seems the simplest way.
You can... What you can do is tell him to act as if he hasn't noticed.
Sure. Actually no, yeah, that is a lot better. I'll just dominate him to, act as to never really notice.
Yeah, for now, it's not a problem. He is
Okay.
happily dominated.
Okay. Well, my downtime action's going to be to continue trying to help the Zemitsi.
Okay.
I'm going to risk it.
I believe in you.
The dice just have to say how they want this story to progress. That's all. They said, fuck you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not a single success. Actually, no. Was this supposed to be less
Oh, gosh.
difficulty?
It's less difficulty for her, I believe.
Nope.
Nope. Her story ends in tragedy.
It was just a Zemitsi, but for a moment I think we all believed.
I know.
Sadly, there's nothing I could do. Everything I could try and do didn't really apply. And I ran out
We
of
almost
willpower.
did it. We almost did it, Epic. We almost did it. The plan almost worked.
It wasn't really a plan.
Now there's now created a white.
Yeah, time to kill it. It has no willpower. I'm sure I could just dominate the thing and get it down and
Let me think. Because it is a conformist in theory, and you have been guiding it very gently towards the end. So, if everyone agrees that they want the Zimitzi to live, I'm gonna say that she had a willpower point she was willing to spend on that she had started to recover. If it's
Oh, I do.
anonymous.
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
like
Yeah, I
this.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't let it end like this.
then she is at 1 humanity. Congratulations.
Yes!
The plan worked, Epic. My
Yeah.
glorious plan.
We did it!
You did it. You did indeed do it.
That's a feather in the cap right there.
Let me add her 1 dot of old lady retainer. Alright.
I hope you realize, Debbie, you're not getting any kudos for this. I get the kudos.
At least I feel good inside.
You're the one that made this so hard, Demi.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. This was the plan all along. Phase 1 and Phase 2. We did it.
Muted. Fucking muted. Jackalor. What's your action?
Power level the other fledgling in Auspex.
Okay. Give me intelligence expression.
Difficulty 6 for the last one, so I assume it's the same. That creative applies.
Creative would apply, but this is a little less based on occult, so we're gonna call it a 7 here. And you have a smaller gap.
Yeah, okay. Roll it. Holy
Okay.
shit, 6 successes again.
Well, note it down. They are gonna be
Yep.
mildly competent at one thing, apparently.
Yep.
Alright, and Bacon.
Yeah, I forgot what I wanted to do. It was something important.
You could go and establish a relationship with Thorbrand. If you were just outside his territory for like 2 months, he would eventually talk to you, surely.
From one conversation, just wait right outside the territory for 2 months.
Yeah, I suppose that my common sense says no.
If you want to build up the La Sombra, and this one did help with the werewolves and he would have traveled to help against the Sabbat, you could roll to try and recruit a second La Sombra and tribute.
That could work. And what would be the roll for that?
I think charisma leadership would apply. And let's see, this isn't really a discipline thing, and you don't really have contacts, but you have status, and plenty of it. You're the prince, so at least 8, maybe lower. Let's see. You can weed out the ones that you don't like, so we can call it a 7. I'm gonna let Mythosaria 1 apply as well. And you want one recruit, or are you trying to get several? Essentially,
I think I would just to get the good ones to the city.
okay, so like someone competent.
Yeah.
All
Several
right.
would just inflate the number of vampires that are considered Ventrue.
I mean, at this point,
And
people kind of guess that he ain't Ventrue. They just don't speak about it much.
it would be, I would spend willpower.
Okay. So, I think you have 12
Goes
dice
good.
on this. And
Yeah, he already rolled.
Yeah. It was shit. Why Epic? You were supposed to take out it once.
As
They were
if
bad.
I left some for you too.
So you can essentially get a bear neonate. Might throw them like 10 XP as a mercy gift, but they would be pretty...
Can I choose to not
Yeah, you don't
accept
have to
anyone?
accept them.
I don't.
Okay, and I think it's Jackalor's turn to roll on the Table of Doom.
Yay! What should be a 22?
22.
Go Table of Doom. 37.
Is this
30.
the one? Was this the
Oh.
one? So how do you feel about... You know what? Houston needs help again. Fuckers are rolling right back in. Roll for
It's
severity.
less severe, though.
It's
Note
4.
that it is less severe.
It is less severe, but they still ask if any of you would like to come over and help. It's not like they're necessarily in immediate danger, but it's mildly problematic.
Should we go?
I check on Houston, see how bad it is, just for like a day or two.
Well, it's not as bad as it was before, but there's definitely smoke rising in a few places.
Man,
Mildly
Houston needs to
annoying.
get some balls.
I think that Andy is not on the condition to be taking the power while I left.
You
So
don't
I
have
would-
to go yourselves. You can just tell that whoever is interested can just go over there. There's always gonna be like Archie that's gonna rush over there.
Byron
I
is
would-
going to rush over there.
I'm probably gonna see for the Gangrel to go again.
Epic, roll
I'm
luck
just going to see
die.
about. Yeah, I'm just going to see if any Malkavians want to head over and help out.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a luck die to see if Byron has been partaking during these sieges. Okay, I'll note that.
Oh no, how many?
No idea if it's good or bad. Who knows? I'm not sure how you'd view it, so could go either
It's
way.
bad. It's bad.
No, I'm not sure if you would consider it good or bad. That's the thing.
Sweet obtenebration.
It's good.
As I said, is it good? Is it bad? Who knows?
I might go help him again.
Don't have anything to spend the last action on?
Yeah, not really.
Okay, well, let's go around the circle a final time. Demi.
I wanted to be my last action for humanity, but I can't let my Gangrel brethren down if they want some battle. We're going.
You ride on the Valkyries. You fuckers need a chopper.
You want me to get one?
Hey!
I have enough contacts. I can probably get us a fucking helicopter.
Does it come with much Gatling guns?
I don't know. I would have to see what's available. It's not
you know,
possible.
generally it's naval equipment, but, Gatling guns are Gatling guns, and they do put those on destroyers to try and,
Anti-air.
anti-air, for example, yeah. So, in theory, one of them could get the serial number filed off and vanish from the warehouse.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
we,
can spy from me. I'm probably making those.
You are making those, but they are
Yeah.
tracked by the government. Those are heavy armaments. You need to
Yeah,
actually make it vanish from your own factory first.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. I don't want to get on the bad side of the government. I want to sell to them.
Okay, so you're going to Houston. How about we handle the ones that aren't going over there, and then we'll circle back to you. Because I'm gonna need to know just how many people are partaking in the battle.
Yeah, sure.
Epic. You could
I
try and help the Zimitzi rebuild her virtues a tiny bit and try to give her a second or third dot of humanity. This would be easier than getting her to switch.
wait. I'll give that a shot.
Okay.
And if she hits 3 humanity, I'm going to present her as a successful project. 3 or
Okay.
4. Somewhere like there.
Enchanting Voice Sanctity. Child isn't gonna really fuck with her anymore, so that won't hurt your efforts. Catch away from madness and Pavlovian response could both help. So, -5 for all of those, plus Auspex. And then we have Passion, because several useful abilities. Felt like a 5, say. 1 dot of a virtue or humanity, for say 2. You can roll charisma empathy. Specialties apply.
Yes! 7!
Okay. I think that would take her to 2 conscience, 2 self-control, and 2 humanity.
Almost a good project.
So she's still kind of shaky, but she's made a switch and isn't gonna explode immediately.
Yeah!
Like, definitely a thing. Definitely happening.
Demi, don't feel sad. You just need more and you can perfect the process.
No, I'm happy. This was according to plan. I feel like Vivian here is Thomas Edison, right? She stole my thing, right? But I'm okay because my ideas still come out.
I see. Jackalore, you going to help Houston?
Yep.
Okay. Bacon.
I won't be going. My last action would just be general socializing. I realized that I did very low of this, just talking with people and trying to make them like me more.
Alright. Okay. Why don't you give me charisma expression? And, status would help. Being the prince would help. And Mythosary, I guess, would help in a way because you can tell when they're being dishonest. So, let's call it a 7. Charisma expression at 7.
I will be spending a PowerPoint.
Alright.
Yeah, they like me a little bit,
Yeah.
but almost.
I mean, you're the prince. It's hard for them to approach you, and they like you well enough. You're certainly in charge. Despite the ambitions
Good.
of certain Gangrel.
Good. I will purge them later when I have the power.
So, Demi, Jackalore,
Yep.
do you remember your roles and difficulties from previously?
I'm checking right
Stamina
now.
Brawl Fortitude, and it was difficulty 5.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
I'm going to be spending a willpower point.
Difficult. I can't remember the difficulty in checking.
It was 7
Six
or
successes.
8.
Difficulty
6?
Wait.
Oh, right, I
Right.
lowered it further because you have the ability to consult as well. Or a fuck ton of
Yeah.
stuff. Go ahead, roll 6.
Yeah, just a second.
Nice.
Kindred lore would apply.
So that's 8.
Um, what did I give you for this previously, Demi?
As a reward,
Yeah.
1 occult library dot.
This time, have a contact. Write it in your inventory as important contact in Houston. I'll see what I can give you. And
Okay.
Jackalor, apparently
Status.
you are doing good. Yes, you may have your second dot of status. You now match most accomplished and Scylla. Semi-accomplished.
Yay!
Congratulations, Jackalor.
Alright, which leaves us with one last random event.
Bacon. Roll it.
Every time you see that pendant, Jackalor, it shines. It's polished to perfection.
The fucking reliquary, I know it.
Give me the 22.
Okay. No,
I
not
believe Bacon.
not 22. I want something good for me.
49.
Oh, it's good.
Is that
That
everything?
I think
What's
that
done?
when I was nearing the end, I couldn't think of any more good ones, so I added a couple more bad ones right at the tail.
Ah, fuck you.
So 5. We'll find out.
5 isn't that
Yeah,
bad.
hit me.
5 isn't that bad. Roll Lux.
Luckity, 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 luck. See, I got 2. It's probably me this time. Oh,
No.
You know, you say that. So, Nosferatu, Toreador. Oh,
it hit the Toreador.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That one is called, literally, suicidal stupidity. Because sometimes neonate players do this kind of stupid shit. Derek is the Chancellor. He will try to negotiate with the werewolves. Now that the war has calmed down a bit with the wolves. I don't think you'll see Derek again after he walks in there. Not immediately anyway. At best he's a prisoner in there.
Come on, give him a
I
chance.
will check upon him, Vivian.
I mean, would he inform people he's gonna do this, or was he suicidally stupid and went in without telling anybody, and thus went missing for a week or two before anyone even noticed?
I think that would be the case. Like, there's all these wars. We can't. He's gotta be the hero the city deserves. He had a Steel moment. Okay.
Oh god. Yep, makes sense.
That's the random event. Like, that's the exact event when someone does something truly mind-bogglingly stupid. Because sometimes everyone has a blonde moment.
Well then, it appears that the session is over, guys. I think it went great.
I agree.
So you start in February 1961, I believe we said.
Yep.
With the Chancellor missing and the Mardi Gras, apparently this year is gonna be boycotted by pretty much every black social organization. Which is gonna fuck with tourism, of course. And holy crap, this shit is, at this point, getting to the point where even vampires can't ignore it, even old ones like you.
But don't worry, I'm funding these organizations. So I will turn out the black people and factory workers.
You'll shut down just for the to boycott the Mardi Gras.
Oh my fucking god. He has black people who are gonna turn militant in a couple of years working in an arms factory with heavy armaments and explosives and fucking missiles.
What? You didn't think about it? I thought about it.
Well done, Bacon.
Yeah.
Well fucking done.
Sometimes I just want to see the world burn.
Okay,
And Alan didn't know.
So we need to see about XP for time passing and all that shit,
Oh,
as well as
you are
shit.
gonna mildly hate me because I am gonna give you 2 each for various events, but time passing, not really for elders. That's more a neonate thing, and it hasn't been that
Well,
long a time in the grand scheme of things.
It gives us it too. It's been about 3 years, hasn't it?
3.5. You got 200 XP with various bursts of activity
Yeah.
for about 400 years of unlife. 2 XP points is actually pretty much par for the course.
Yeah, I agree. Though there was going to be extra XP for someone who was extra active or something, I think.
That is generally, I was talking about NPC neonates. Even the scrubs are getting like 5 each. So,
Oh, I thought they were getting like 5 per year.
no.
We were getting like 1 per year.
That would be out of all proportions as to how the game expects us to measure it.
1 XP short.
The game doesn't expect us to measure it this small, but yeah.
Yeah, I have to try and keep your local neonates consistent with where they should be in the power curve relative to age. So I hand out with generous hand for establishing the city. And at the same time, if I want to keep it balanced, I can't give out too much for time passing. But I think
Oh no. The only thing I was expecting was a 3 or 4, not 2. That's all.
yeah, this honestly, I would be tempted to give people as old as you no XP at this point and just say that you learn when shit happens, but shit clearly happened during this downtime. I found a way to include action in this, and plenty of it.
Great. Well, okay. That. I'll just have to wait this out.
Are any NPCs? I'm gonna be adding some XP to the people who went through learnable moments anyway, but is there a favorite or 2, or maybe even 3 favorites among the NPCs that deserve a few extra shekels?
Gretchen.
The Zemitzi.
Yes, MC.
Yeah, Zimishi,
girl.
definitely. Yeah, Zimishi. Hard.
So 2 extra to
That poor
Vicky.
Zemitzi.
I think Andy had a learnable experience getting kidnapped by Sabat.
Yeah.
That too. And he did. I mean,
Oh, yeah, he was overambitious as well. Yeah, he would have probably done more things as well.
Yeah.
besides that, the other one I would think of off the top of my head is
The werewolves.
Archie.
Yeah, Archie fucking
Archie.
bolting.
The werewolves that learned anything died.
Yeah.
Well, I think the ones that stayed in the can learned that you do not go in the fucking sewers.
That's worth 1 point. That should have been common sense, but it's worth 1 point.
You know, I wouldn't have let them get out this easily if one of them hadn't had rent the craft.
That's fine. They couldn't do much else about it.
Yep, they all died. All of them that went in, none of them came out.
How
Well,
many of them went in?
Well, technically they
3.
got out. They got to you.
Yeah.
3 went in.
They didn't
Some of
last
the
that long outside.
they have to guard the cairn at all times, so the pack can't really strike with its full strength, which is what has allowed you to not get fucked.
Papa bless.
There's not
There's
even
some
that many in there, from my understanding.
Well, yes, it's
so-
not a huge cairn. Of course, at this point, the remaining ones might just sell out to Shadow Lords or something.
I think we should
Yeah,
kill that
Shadow Lord's
fucking cat.
Yeah.
You guys can decide that on the next session when we're in the middle of a civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Great session. Great
Oh,
session.
oh my fucking god. The factory is right in town. There's probably workers and experts from the factory helping install them on a destroyer or something. Oh, let's hope terrorists don't hijack a naval vessel.
Yeah, that would be bad.
You don't say.
I mean, I'm hoping that we can actually turn New Orleans more towards the civil rights movement and make it a massive base for it, instead of, fucking killing New Orleans.
You know, Bacon has started. He's been giving jobs to the blacks. He can pay them less than the whites.
And so when I start influencing the media to help out as well,
That's a tough sell,
as
but
well as
you
just
could
my
try
general
and do
influence.
that.
The only thing I really have to do with on media is more or less just avoid, having them print stuff that's really bad for the blacks.
You
That's
can
all.
nick stories that are bad, yes. Positive spin, bit harder.
Yes, I didn't think the positive spin would, would be a lot harder to go with, but I'm positive I can nix the bad stories.
Alrighty then. So, keep the same system for the next downtime.
Sure,
Yeah,
seems
I agree,
great.
Yeah.
The
We're-
only thing I feel like is that we need a larger list of good and bad things.
Yeah.
You know,
probably.
as I think of more events, I might add them to the list.
Just
At
one
least
question
100.
from me, favor really. Can we learn what was behind number 22?
Methuselah resting place found.
Oh, fuck!
Oh,
That's why I said it was
Oh.
spicy.
I don't know. I knew that number attracted me for some reason.
That would have been such a
Deep
gold
fucking
rush.
Methuselah.
Fucking no! Don't touch that.
I will not confirm whether the idol has been rolled and found, but it was on the list.
Fucking swear, it's a fucking reliquary, that amulet. It's a fucking reliquary.
Why don't we
Well, look,
test
you
it?
rolled a
That's
1
okay.
on the severity of it, so at the very least, it's fucking dormant as hell.
Either that or really weak.
Or
or
it might
really
just be
weak.
Chris playing with your paranoia. And
It
it
Could
is
go that way
nothing.
too.
It,
Yeah,
you
it could
know,
go that way.
I
don't
was
think so.
thinking that if it was rolling low on severity, it wouldn't fall into the hands of someone like Byron who would cause trouble. It would fall in the hands of someone who might actually be just knowledgeable enough to prevent it from causing trouble. Maybe. Who knows, it might still sleep.
Don't know. We'll
I'd
find
have
out.
to go and just spend the downtime actually researching that fucking amulet, won't I?
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting to ever get resources with this character.
You
That
know,
was never a part of my plan.
Aaron Jesus said, "You have a financial opportunity, enjoy."
Wait, I have 6 on resources. I'm a millionaire or a billionaire?
A millionaire, but multi-millionaire.
Yeah,
You're a proper millionaire would be the proper way to look at it.
Yeah.
high tens, low hundreds.
Yep.
Ah,
And
sweet
I am
government
now
contract.
part of the upper society somehow. That is weird.
Shouldn't that be good for you? Like nostalgia hitting back, being.
It's fine.
with
You
the
can
rich people?
buy the Zimity some fucking clothes at long last.
I know, right?
Well, her resource and arsenal are long gone. Let me just take those down. But she gained some dots in generation thanks to Demi, so it all balances out.
Yeah, I fucked
Yep.
up there, but hey, everything's good. The project worked, all towards my plan.
By the way, are my fledglings I embrace them, right?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I prefer to embrace them myself. For generation old.
Okay.
Wow.
I will let you know this. If you embrace both, it's pretty much certain that pretty soon at least one of them is gonna get reassigned.
I'd let someone else embrace the other one then. The
I
non-Tom.
also felt like, it might deserve pertaining that taking both of them might be just a little,
Greedy?
yeah,
Asshole.
that term too.
Probably.
It's pretty obvious to the other Tremere if you do that you're a real asshole.
Mm.
It
Yeah,
probably
right.
makes sense to give one to Leonard.
Yeah, he's been doing good work.
Yeah, I feel like one fledgling is plenty. You should be good.
Hating him a little less, Jackalor.
I never hated him. I just was cautious about him.
He has been watching you oh so carefully, just waiting for you to do something stupid with a worried look like, please don't, please don't. It's bad enough.
I am
Did I
one
DC?
powerful fucking elder.
Enjoy.
Actually, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Because it does appear it might happen pretty soon. I don't think I'll announce a success quite yet until she's at like 4-3 humanity, somewhere in that range. But that was a really big project and a very public one.
Moderately public, I would say. The Malks and the Gangrel certainly all knew, and rumors filtered out, so they know that something was being done. But
I
nobody
thought that
knows
was
for
that was announced in public, wasn't it? I thought that was done in Elysium.
It was announced in
not-
public, so most people would guess that. Yeah, most people would guess that this was a thing, but not many people necessarily saw her personally.
Oh,
Nope, not
I
yet.
just realized
there's-
and miss a perfect opportunity to
There's very
slender
little.
half.
Oh,
There's very little accurate information about how it has been going outside Gangrel and Malkavian clans.
Yep. No, I'm aware of that. That's because we didn't want to really announce it unless it was a failure or a success and didn't want people influencing it.
Shiny to
But,
humanity.
I was actually just kind of wondering, what would the kind of reward for that be?
Ask the prince.
Status.
It's essentially it reinforces how you've been positioning yourself and makes people start. They don't suspect that you might be actually legit, but they think that you probably are actually legit. Let's put it that way. Because why would you go through all this effort if you weren't? It adds to your credibility,
cool.
not status necessarily, you know?
No, I'm
Yeah, I
more
was-
than happy with that. I was just wondering.
Yeah. It makes you look like you actually mean the things you say.
Yay!
And with that,
I
I
do.
think, well, any last words before I end the stream and the recording?
Not really.
Wait, do we get an XP? Probably spaced out for a moment and don't remember
2
anything.
for this session.
2. We got 2.
Okay.
Downtime is very low on XP itself. It's very high on what our actions
Yeah.
cause.
In terms of how much you got in backgrounds, I think there's not much reason to complain.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not
Yep.
at all.
I approve of my newfound status.
And your newfound Earthbound, wait, what?
So we get our willpower back again?
yeah, it's cool.
Yes, it resets. That was to simulate the, it rising and falling throughout. It's assumed that you are constantly spending it throughout all these long months.
Yeah.
Alright.
I didn't have to spend a downtime action on gaining willpower back. It worked
Damn.
out.
So,
Good thoughts.
I'm gonna stop the recording and stream here. Goodbye for now, I'll see you in 2 weeks for Elder, and next week we are gonna have Dungeons and Dragons, and we might just be starting a new show with me and Epic co-hosting, discussing the art of role-playing games as far as that goes, and bringing other people in as guests.
Was fun.
So yeah,
Really fun.
I'll see you guys next week.